Thanks, everybody. Dwight Eisenhower once said that the best way to protect ourselves against bigger government in Washington is to have a good state government. And my friends, President Eisenhower couldn't have been more correct then, and his statement couldn't be more true than it is today. The Bush administration and the Obama administration have significantly accelerated the size of government and government debt. We're now facing those ever-expanding debts and unfunded mandates. These burdens are not sustainable, and they're destroying our personal liberties. The Founding Fathers gave the states constitutional protections from federal excesses for a reason. They knew the nature of centralized power. They knew it would try to consume everything in its path, and of course all in the name of good intentions. These are the times that are upon us now. We believe that good government leads by example. Government should treat all of us equally. Government should be transparent, and government should be small and fiscally responsible. Kentucky, like many states, has been in a long cycle of poor decision-making, poor fiscal discipline, and poor leadership. Right now, Kentucky has over $7 billion in debt, and this debt is on the books and publicly discussed. But behind the scenes, we have a $30+ billion underfunded public pension plan. And this debt continues to grow by the day, and there's no plan in place to make it stop. And let us not forget, Obamacare is about to stick 40% more people on our Medicare rolls in the next couple of years. This will be billions more in unfunded mandates, billions more out of our children, grandchildren, and great-grandchildren's pockets. Now, Governor Beshear and the legislature, they have not had the courage to address these problems and take care of these looming obligations. And they're certain to bankrupt the Commonwealth, just as Obama's plans are going to bankrupt our country. It's time to make changes necessary to put Kentucky back, and hopefully the country back, on track. We're here today to announce my candidacy for governor in the Republican primary with Mike Harmon. And Mike and I have a plan. First, we'll fight to protect the sovereignty of the Commonwealth by exercising the protections that are given to states in the U.S. Constitution. We'll test the constitutionality of every state and federal program and fight those that don't pass muster. We'll create new jobs in Kentucky by changing the business climate, and specifically through the common sense changes in the tax code. Right now we have over 240 state taxes, different surcharges and fees, and we intend to convert that to a single rate consumer sales tax on all goods and services. That'll mean no more income taxes personally. It'll mean no more business income taxes, no more embedded taxes on products, and no more state tax returns. This will make Kentucky the most competitive state in the region, if not the country. And currently there's an exodus of companies from places like California, New York, and New Jersey, and none of them are looking at Kentucky as their new home. And there's a reason for that. But if we do the plans that Mike and I are talking about doing for the single rate consumer sales tax, they'll look at us then. The single rate consumer sales tax on all goods and services is transparent. It levels the playing field for all citizens and businesses. The simple fact is profitable companies hire more employees, and Kentucky will be a place where profitable companies are. And Kentucky will be the place to get a good job. The next thing we'll address will be K through 12 education. Currently, a third of our students drop out, and of those that graduate, 60% of them need remedial education before they can enter one of our own state colleges or universities. If you scrape away the failure and mediocrity, what it tells you is that about 1 out of 4 of our public school kids is educated to the level of proficient, and that's just not good enough. We have a 75% failure rate. Our public school system's operating on a failed business model where practically no one can be held accountable for anything. That has to stop. My administration is going to push for accountability to the local district level so local citizens can hold their school districts responsible for the results. Superintendents must be allowed to use common sense business practices to bring positive results, and they must determine they need to be able to determine how much they pay their principals and teachers. And principals should be able to make personnel decisions as they see fit. In conjunction with teachers, they should be able to adapt curriculum to adapt to whatever the child's needs are. Now, teachers, let me talk about them for a moment. A student cannot learn unless they submit to their teacher, and that's a fact. But in our system today, teachers have little control over their classroom or their curriculum. And a student can be as disruptive as they want, and they know that there's no real fear of punishment. If a student falls behind, our teacher has to continue to teach to the test instead of allowing them to make the necessary adjustments. I'll tell you, effective teachers are not paid enough. New teachers are not paid enough. And we need to make more opportunities for people in private business or private enterprises to get into the public school systems and teach. We also need to understand that ineffective teachers need to find a new profession. We love teachers and admire their work, and we're going to change the system so they can be effective, in control of their classroom, and accountable. We'll promise you that. Now, parents are criticized for not participating enough, and frankly, I agree with that. But our current system is designed to fight parental participation. Administrators are usually much more educated than the parent is, and usually the parent is undereducated by that same school system. The parent knows they have no leverage over the schools, and by leverage I mean parental choice. Parents need and deserve public school choice. They should be allowed to pick the public school that is best for their child, regardless of district boundaries. And public charter schools need to be available to every corner of the Commonwealth as they are needed. Now, our last area of focus is going to be smaller, more efficient, and fiscally responsible government. I'm going to commission a base closing style commission. If you all remember, the Fed did that with our military bases. And I want them to look, they're going to be chartered to look into every corner of government. We want to streamline back office function and cabinets, eliminated unnecessary and unneeded programs, and outsource as many functions to private industry as possible. And we'll use these savings to address our public debt and our unfunded pension liabilities. Now, Mike and I know this is an ambitious plan, and it attacks many of the status quo institutionalists in Kentucky. But these are the changes that are absolutely necessary to ensure our futures and our liberties, to ensure the future of the Commonwealth, and to ensure the future of the country. Thank you very much.